Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. And what you're looking at is a 1986 Honda TRX200. And it even has the sticker. There you go. This was an eBay deal years and years ago. And the way it worked is it came out of Rome, New York, and the person who had it drove it down to, I won it on eBay. I think it was a buy it now, and it was cheap, 150 bucks. It really went cheap. I guess nobody from the Rome area of New York wanted it. Anyway, so I got it, and he drove it down to Oneonta. I met him in Oneonta, and that's where I picked it up. The kid who had this he was a big boy. He had to be 6'8", 6'10", and just you could have hooked a plow to him and plowed fields. I mean, he was a sturdy young man. And he said, "Yeah, this is a little too small for me." And I looked up at him and said, "Yeah, I think so." Anyway, back when I bought this, I was in the acquiring stage. I would just kind of pick them up and see if they ran and then kind of put them aside. I really wasn't doing too much with them. So at some point it did start up. But what I would like to do is a little more than that with it, like I did with this 185S, right? This 185, you can set the choke, pull the string, roll it out of here and take it for a ride. And that's kind of where I'd like to get this one. So, starting from the back or the front or wherever you want to start from, the tires got that square thing going on, so hopefully they'll take air and hold it, or at least hold enough air so that when I put stop leak in the tires, they'll go back to holding air. The front tires are holding air somewhat. Let's see how the front suspension's feeling. Front suspension, unfortunately, has locked up. It didn't used to be like that. And the back, I still got back suspension. Hopefully, maybe I can spray some oil on those shocks, take them off, get them to loosen up a little bit, because shocks are not cheap. So it sounds like it still has compression. There's no carburetor on it. I'm not sure what the story on the key was. I guess I'll go through my collection, see if I can find it. If I can't find the key, I'll do one of two things. I'll either hollow out the lock so that I can turn it on and off with any key, or I'll go through my collection and maybe I do have a Honda key switch around. Honda key switches are pretty cheap. As I'm looking at the wiring on this thing, it really does look intact, and it doesn't look like I unplugged anything and fooled around with it. So I think, don't know, but I'm thinking that there is a key to this thing floating around, and I could put a key to it and see what's going on. If anybody is out there and is considering buying one of these TRX200SXs, what they're known for is the rear swing arm bearing getting loose, the rear starting to get loose, and then it throws the chain, and unfortunately the case is really thin through here. So as soon as it throws the chain, typically it punches a hole in the case, and you have some pressurized passages there, which means now you have an oil leaker. Some people manage to kind of plug them up with what is that called, liquid steel, that putty stuff, and managed to sell them off. But my comment is, you really want to spend an extra few minutes checking through here to make sure that it's solid, make sure there's oil in it. It might not be leaking because there's no oil in it. I see a Zerk fitting here for putting grease in it, so maybe this one got a little bit of an update. Just little things, you know, the brakes, back brakes are completely disconnected. The chain is stiff. It's been sitting around so long, the chain got rusty. So yeah, I want to bring this back, and I'm improving my storage situation, so a few of these will get better accommodations from a storage point of view, and hopefully things get better. So I just wanted to give you a quick intro on this thing. We'll actually start work tomorrow. It's supposed to be raining, so we'll probably start on it tomorrow. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember to keep your feet down, your face up, and remember to enjoy each and every day. Bye now.